Press on. Nothing in the world can take the place of persistence. Talent will not. Nothing in the world is more uncommon than unsuccessful men with talent. Genius will not. Unrewarded genius is almost a proverb. Education will not. The world is full of educated derelicts. Persistence and determination alone are omnipotent.
All right, guys. Glad you could join me today. 3,500 subscribers. Wow. That's a lot. So glad that you're watching my videos. I appreciate it. This right here is a thing I built years ago. The engine you see on the bottom is a two-stroker Chinese 66.6 cc kit. It was good for about 42 miles an hour with that configuration, and it was tuned out. That's just basically a straight pipe with a catalytic converter that I'm going to talk about in my next video. And but getting to the engine on the back, that's a 4-stroke Predator 99cc Harbor Freight engine. I tuned that out as well. I did some carburetor work to it. I also put stiffer valve springs on it, ported the intake and exhaust. It's a pretty good motor. Pushed out quite a bit of RPM, about 4,400 RPM. And the propeller on the back, you can kind of see it there. That's a 24 by 10 pitch pusher prop, maple. It was, now the reason I built such a goofy contraption was years ago I rode on a paramotor. It was the most fun I probably ever had in my entire life. And after that, I've always just been obsessed with putting, I was obsessed with putting engines on bikes with pusher props. I had several different ones and several different bike configurations. But one thing I noticed about them is they really were good for top speed. But as far as torque, it's just non-existent. That's why I always did the 2-engine configuration. Now, the ultimate dream, if you will, was to ride, to actually make a flying bike. I know it sounds crazy. It's still a dream of mine. I'd probably die on it, testing it, but it would be awesome to have. It'd be the first one as far as I know. I know I've seen I've always been following that. There's like a flying paramotor type cars and all different things, a motorcycle. But I just think this would be perfectly ideal for landing and taking off. The engine would give you the driver engine would give you the torque you needed to get the chute up, and it doesn't really weigh all that much. And then the pusher prop obviously give you your forward momentum. But with my weight and the weight of the bike, I did the math. It'd definitely take a more powerful engine. I think I was probably only developing about maybe 5 horsepower out of that pusher engine, and you need somewhere around probably 20, I would say, to fly at a reasonable speed. Although to get off the ground, this might do it, because I'm not sure. It would be fun to try if you had a decent sized parafoil and good insurance and a cowl on that blade. It would be fun to do. But anyway, there's a story about this that was so funny. When I first made my first rendition of it, I put it on the back of a bike, and I didn't have an engine on the bike, and I just rode it around. It was a whole lot of fun. And I had a buddy that lived down the street, Tony. He was a drinker. We were drinking buddies, and I was kind of showing it off and riding it around. And late one night, probably 2 a.m, he talked me into putting this motor, dangerous as it was, on the back of his OC chopper. So rigged up a newspaper carrier on the back of it and mounted it up, and away Tony went. And it was so crazy because he just didn't come back. And I mean, literally the rest of the night, I was up till like 6 a.m. waiting for him to come back. He never did. He wouldn't answer his phone. I thought he fell on the blade and got killed. I really did. But next day I went over there probably about 6 at night. I decided to go over to his house, and he was out there working in the garage like usual. And I said, "Hey, Tony, what's up? What happened?" He was like, "Oh, Ryan, man, that fucking thing is so fun. That's the most fun I ever had. I took off, and I couldn't stop riding it. I rode it all night till 8 a.m. I was gonna call you. I'm sorry, bro, but yeah, I'll never forget that, man. He literally, I loaded it up in the wagon with my little boy and pulled the motor back home, and he claims that was the most fun he ever had. But anyway, I appreciate you watching. If you like this kind of stuff, just give me a thumbs up, and I'm about to release another video, so look for that.